It can be hard saving money for emergencies, but we have some advice from the experts. Of course, Colin Evans with Evans Financial, here again to talk about your money and an important aspect of it, an emergency fund.
Absolutely. You know, it's one of those things that you get caught with when you absolutely need it the most. So what we have kind of devised is putting together a couple things that can just really help somebody, because when those things occur, let's help ease the pain of that.
Like, let's say weather's getting warmer, maybe the air conditioning goes out.
Yeah, you know, exactly. And I had that experience last year, especially when and there was right when that, and then we had those straight line winds that occurred, and it was $9,000 for an air conditioner and $6,000 for a new fence. I'm like, you can.
That's it.
It hurts. It hurts. So one of the things we want to recommend is start out small and automate it. And what I mean by automating is getting that out of your checking account and put that over into a savings account. And once it becomes kind of automated and automatically moved from when it's payday, you can kind of get used to that. We get used to living, you know, within our means. You know, when people have the concept of, you know, I'll save after I pay for the bills, or after this, or after the holidays, then it never really occurs. So if we actually start getting used to putting that first, then we can actually do that. Cut any of those unnecessary expenses. I know we've talked about before what I like to call the latte factor, is getting that Starbucks out of the way. Now, I do like a little Starbucks every now and then, so you got to indulge, and we have to do those things to treat ourselves. Another big one is using windfalls wisely. And what we mean by windfalls is, you know, we just came out of tax refund season. That can be a great time to put money aside for that emergency expense. Right. You know, we've talked before, it's like the common thing is those things seem to occur in threes. It's like everything does. It's like the water heater is going to go out, the air conditioning is going to go out, and something on the car is going to break all at the same time. So we can actually help by doing that and getting that stuff there. But then set a target and really track that progress, you know, and putting those little bits and pieces back just a little bit at a time can really make that goal a little bit easier. We call it eating the elephant. And it's how you do that is one bite at a time. Just take those little bit and get those little bitty wins out of the way. So, you know, if the first one is to get to $100, then it's 500, then it's 1,000. Right. When the event that something occurs, this can make that pain of writing those checks a little bit easier, and you're not having to really go back into the, you know, as we discussed last week, that good debt versus bad debt. You're not having to go into that credit card and then hopefully, you know, get enslaved by the, you know, the interest rate that comes along with those.
Now, of course, all this is great advice, and if someone's watching and wants to reach out to you guys, how do they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can look us up at evansfinancial.com, or feel free to shoot an email at info@evansfinancial.com. That goes directly to me, so any tips or feedback or anything like that for future episodes, love to hear that, because we love getting feedback and some other topics that we might not think about that people want to hear about.
Exactly. That's Colin Evans. He wants to help you with your money.